and drinking. And they had an argument, and his buddies pulled out their machetes and cut his head off. And Gloria ran down that road screaming when she heard, and fell over on that body in a hopeless state there. What could she do? She's got 3 children to raise. She's got a leaky roof. She's got all of these needs, and in-laws who stole her property and tried to take the home away from her and the children. What was her hope? There was no hope. And out of that hopelessness, Jesus brought her new life and new purpose. We sometimes think that because we've lost everything or things didn't work out, that we're just doomed in despair. But this is what it comes out of. She now wants to preach to alcoholics and bring them to Jesus. She's already led some to the Lord. And there's a stirring within her where she wants to pray all the time. She said, she just, all of a sudden, she gets this desire to pray. And so she just goes somewhere, drops on her knees, and begins to pray. And we realize that this is a spirit of intercession that's on her, and she's being called as an intercessor. And Reverend, we always think about the prophecy you gave in 2009 about 10 intercessors. Choose out 10 women. It's when we first started the women's meeting, and you said if you can get 10 women lined up as intercessors, they can carry this thing. And so we've chosen and looked for women for all of this time and put them together, and they were having prayer meetings in the church till the pandemic, but then they let their prayer meeting go. And so we encouraged. We knew that God was stirring this woman. Already her pastor said she's growing in leadership, and we knew what was coming. So we talked to her about going back and starting up the women's prayer meeting again, and find like-minded people who had a desire to pray, to begin to become intercessors for the church, the community, the nation, and the world. And so we prayed with her. She's just such a humble woman. She fell on her knees just the minute we said pray. And that child's hard, I can assure you. Kneeling's not the most comfortable thing in the world there, but she just raised her hand, and she began to worship Jesus and cry out to Jesus, and we began to prophesy over her. We began to call those things of God that we could see at work in her. And her heart was just so pure and turned on to Jesus. And so Marcia had clothes for her children and some things, and so she went back home. And Pastor Jesus told us the next day she had been to visit 21 women to invite them to a prayer meeting at the church. And 12 women showed up in the midst of stormy weather and walking in